Hello friends, welcome to youtube.com oblique Dr. Ved channel. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor and Head Veterinary Medicine. Here we discuss important bacterial disease botulism. In part 3, we discuss epidemiology, pathogenesis of botulism. Friends, here we discuss the predisposing factors of botulism, one of the epidemiological factors. The Clostridium botulinum, their spores require warm, humid climate for their germination, and by germination they produce toxin. If animals suffer from dietary deficiency of protein or net energy, there is one symptom called pica, means eating substances other than normal food. So at that time, the animal is tempted to ingest carrion, that means carcass of the dead animal. If carcass contain toxin, animals suffer from the botulism. If dead animal having botulinum toxin fall into the drinking water, and if animal has access to drinking water, animal suffers from the botulinum. We're talking about predisposing factors. If the soil is deficient in phosphorus, the forage grown or diet grown on that soil is also deficient in phosphorus. It causes pica in animals and condition called osteophagia. The animal chew the bones with the accompanying flesh. The flesh may contain botulinum toxin. The toxin is stable in bone. So when there is pica, animal is tempted to eat substances other than normal food. If there is phosphorus deficient diet, that also causes pica. The animal directly ingests carrion, carcass or debris, and animals suffer from the botulism. Friends, here we discuss transmission. Most cases of intoxication by botulism are due to preformed ingestion of toxin in food. A ready-made ingestion of toxin. It is not an infection. Generally, infections is not taken. Mostly preformed toxins are ingested. There is toxico-infectious botulism in that there is growth of organism as well as toxin production in the alimentary tract of the animal. There, the animal has ingested contaminated material with organism and organism reaches to the GI tract of the animal. Continue with the transmission. The animal eats the material containing organism. Then the organism reach to the alimentary tract of the animals or birds. So here we are talking about organism. Then these animals or birds reach to the other new area and they shed and spread the infection to the new area like this by bird and blowflies. When they reach any other new area, they defecate and they spread the infection to the other area. Here we talk about the susceptibility of animal to the botulinum toxin. That is called as animal risk factors or host factors. The cattle and sheep are susceptible for type C and D Clostridium botulinum. The horses susceptible for type B toxin. Generally, the pigs, dogs, and cats are comparatively resistant. They get the infection or toxin, but they are comparatively resistant. Human is more susceptible to botulinum toxin. We have discussed animal risk factor. Here we see environmental risk factors. Generally, in range animals, the animals used to graze the land. So, in that, a seasonal distribution of botulism cases is observed. And outbreaks are observed mostly during drought periods. During drought period, the feed is scant or feed is not available, then animal is compelled to take dead animals or carrion. In phosphorus deficient area, it leads to pica. Again, the animal is compelled to eat carrion, and when the carrions available in abundant, then also animal take more carrion. Seasonal feeding of silage, if it is spoiled, it also causes the botulism. Botulism has a zoonotic implication, and botulinum toxin causes a severe toxicity in human being also. The animals affected with botulism, if their meat and milk are given to the human being, then also humans suffering from the botulism cases. So in such cases, the affected animal meat and milk should not be used for the human consumption. Friends, here we discuss pathogenesis of botulism. The Clostridium botulinum toxins are neurotoxins, and when they get a proper condition, warm humid climate, the spores convert into vegetative form, and when there is fast multiplication of vegetative form, they produce toxin. The toxin produce functional paralysis. Remember the word functional paralysis. That means there is no growth of histological lesions. The function of the nerves is impaired. Botulism toxins are absorbed from the intestinal tract. Either the organism, the intestine produce toxin or ready-made toxin, or absorbed from the wound. Wound may contain organism and produce the toxin. Continue with the pathogenesis of botulism. The neurotoxin produced from the site, intestine or wound, they enter into the bloodstream, produce toxemia, and from blood the toxin reach to the peripheral cholinergic nerve terminal. There are various nerve terminals such as neuromuscular junction, postganglionic parasympathetic nerve ending, and peripheral ganglia. So this toxin reach to peripheral cholinergic nerve terminal and they act there. The heavy chain of the toxin is responsible for binding receptors on the cell and they translocate into the cell. This is how they enter into the cell. We are discussing pathogenesis. The heavy chain of toxin enter to the receptors and translocates the cell. The light chain of the toxin blocks the release of acetylcholine at the neuromuscular junction or motor nerve junction. The function of acetylcholine is to transmit the impulses and causing the muscle contraction. So here it blocks the release of acetylcholine, the main pathogenesis. So what will happen when there is blockage of acetylcholine? The impulses will not travel through nerves, no muscle contraction. Thus, the toxin produce functional flaccid paralysis. Paralysis, the muscle become loose, functional flaccid paralysis, and there is death of the animal finally due to respiratory paralysis. Friends, we have discussed how the disease is transmitted, how the toxin enter from the GI tract or a wound, which are the host susceptible, our cattle, sheep and horse, and how this toxin causes functional paralysis or in the animal and death of the animal. Please share this information to veterinarians and veterinary students. Press like button, subscribe the channel. Thank you very much for observing video.